Dear students, today we will discuss about the production of glutamic acid. Myself, Dr. Vijay Sharma, like my channel, Pharma Knowledge, subscribe and share. Today, before studying this production of the glutamic acid by the process of the fermentation, we should be knowing that what is glutamic acid. Glutamic acid is an alpha amino acid that is used by almost all living beings in the biosynthesis of the proteins. It is non essential in humans, meaning the body can synthesize it. It is also an excitatory neurotransmitter, in fact, the most abundant one in the vertebrate nervous system. It serves as the precursor for the synthesis of inhibitory gamma aminobutyric acid, also known as GABA, in GABAergic neurons. Today, we will now discuss about the functions of the glutamic acid. This glutamate also plays an important role in the body's disposal of excess or waste nitrogen. It is also play a key role in the cellular metabolism. Glutamate is the most abundant excitatory neurotransmitter in the vertebrate nervous system. Glutamate also serves as the precursor, as we have discussed previously, for the synthesis of the inhibitory gamma butyric acid in GABAergic neurons. Glutamic acid often is used as food additive and flavor enhancer in the form of its sodium salt known as monosodium glutamate. In short, it is known as MSG. Oxygrow is a plant growth preparation that contains 30% glutamic acid. Now we will discuss about the main point, that is the industrial production of the glutamic acid. This glutamic acid is produced on the large scale of an amino acid with an estimated annual production of about 1.5 million tons in 2006. Now, it is chemically synthesized by aerobic fermentation of sugar along with ammonia in 1950 by using microorganisms, that is Corynebacterium glutamicum. It is also known as Brevibacterium flavum. The isolation and purification can be achieved by concentration and crystallization. Now we will discuss what is the inoculum can be used in the production of the glutamic acid, mainly for the purpose of the production of the glutamic acid. The preferred inoculum will be of species Corynebacterium, that is Corynebacterium glutamicum. Rather than we can use Corynebacterium lilum. Another species that can be used, that is the Brevibacterium species, that is B. diverticatum and B. Alanicum. Next species is Mycobacterium species. That is the Mycobacterium flavum ver and glutamicum. Next is the Arthrobacter species. Examples are Arthrobacterium globiformis as well as Arthrobacter aminofaciens. Here it is known that the preferred bacteria that will be used in the inoculum is Corynebacterium glutamicum species. Now we will discuss about the media, the composition of the media. It will be enriched with glucose as a carbon source, ammonium acetate as nitrogen source, while constiped liquor, enzymatic casein hydrolysate, dipotassium phosphate, magnesium sulfate, along with urea and water will be used to enrich the media. Now, we should be knowing that what will be the bioparameters that has to be controlled during the production of the glutamic acid. That are the pH that must be kept about 7.8. What should be the temperature range? Temperature that must be 38 degrees centigrade. In case of the aeration, a continuous stream of sterilized air is pumped into it. Agitation, it can be achieved by turbine type impeller for constant agitation. The time period which will be taking to complete the process, that will be 2 to 4 days. Now we should be knowing that what are the method that will be adopted for the fermentation. There are the two methods that will be adopted for the fermentation. First one is the batch fermentation and second one is the fat batch fermentation. These two methods we have been discussed in our previous video. So if you want to know more in detail about this process, so go through the previous videos. The next thing is that this process, as we have been discussed, it will take 2 to 4 days to complete it. Now the in the end product, what we'll be having, we will be having media, the broth, that will be containing glutamic acid along with ammonium salt. This ammonia salt has to be separated out. So for this purpose, we have to go for the downstream process during the process of the recovery. These bacterial cells that are present in the end product, that will be separated, and this broth is passed through a basic anion exchanger. Glutamic acid anions get bound to the resin and ammonia is released. This ammonia can be reused in the fermentation. By then we will go for the crystallization of the glutamic acid, and these glutamic acid which has been crystallized, it can be dried to store. Thank you all, and if you like this video, kindly subscribe and share. Thank you all. Thank you very much.